Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE Monday Night Raw episode 1436, which is broadcast on December 7th, 2020. This episode, I was in the Thunderdome for the last about 45 minutes, but really like a half hour because there was a lot of backstage stuff when I first joined in, I was only in there for the last two matches. It was really fun to watch those two matches. There's a couple of other great matches throughout the night. We're building towards TLC. Some stuff was announced like throughout the week last week instead of being announced on the show. Which is, I mean, there's still another week of episodes. So I don't know why they necessarily need to do that. Also, I am recording this before I record my episode about TakeOver, but I'm probably going to be posting them in the correct order. But if you are interested in my thoughts on TakeOver War Games 2020, go check out that episode. It was friggin' awesome. So compared to that, this episode of Raw it was fine. We had Randy come out and challenge Bray Wyatt, Funhouse Bray Wyatt, not The Fiend. And he says, "Yowie wowie, I accept." And then we had Asuka versus Shayna Baszler. Asuka won. And before the match, they were talking about how they were going to mess up Lana. And Shayna says something like her back's gonna look like her front, and her front's gonna look like her back. And then Nia says she's gonna have boobs on her back, and Shayna just kind of nods. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. And they included that in the replay later on. So I guess they were pretty happy with that with that joke. They could have easily cut that out of the replay like an hour later. But anyway, Asuka won the match after Lana took out Nia with a Hurricane Rana or a Hurricane Lana. I think that's what that should be called when she does it. And then we had Ricochet and Dana Brooke team up to fight Slapjack and Reckoning. Did I say Ricochet and Dana? I think I said that. And Ali was at ringside. Dana got the win via a sit-out power slam, and Ali was pissed. He was yelling at Reckoning. I think she might be kicked out sometime soon, or maybe she'll quit. I don't know. Then we had Miz TV with special guest AJ Styles. They did all kinds of impressions of their opponents for later in the night, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. And then Drew McIntyre comes out, and Sheamus also comes out, and he ends up throwing the Money in the Bank briefcase all the way to the entrance, and he breaks one of the LCD screens. But it's very impressive. It was like a shot put, not a shot put, like a discus throw with a whole briefcase. Very impressive. Then we had Kofi Kingston versus Shelton Benjamin. Kofi wins via the Trouble in Paradise. Then Cedric challenges him right away, and Kofi takes the match. And Cedric wins via lumbar check. Another incredible lumbar check. Every single time he does is great, but this one was even better. Kofi did. I don't know how to describe what he did. It's great. Then we had that Drew and Sheamus versus Miz, Morrison, and AJ Styles handicap match. Why is this a handicap match? I don't know. But AJ eventually pins Sheamus after Sheamus accidentally broke kicks Drew in the face because Morrison dodges out of the way when he does that. He was thrown into a chair. Morrison was thrown into an announcer's chair. That looked pretty painful, getting the arm of the chair into your back, but he seemed okay after that. And then Sheamus and Drew McIntyre brawl backstage. Pat Buck tries to break them up, but he gets put through a table. And then Drew and Sheamus laugh about it, and then they're best buds again. Then we had Lashley versus Jeff Hardy. Bobby Lashley won via the Hurt Lock. And Riddle is out there neutralizing the threat of MVP, but also providing a little bit of encouragement to Jeff Hardy, like when he was in a particular hold. Oh, my alarm just went off because I'm already awake, so I forgot to turn off the alarm. But yeah, at one point he says, I thought I heard him say, "Bite the hand." It's telling him to bite his hand to get out of the headlock. I thought that's really funny. And then we had our main event. So I was in Thunderdome for that. I was trying to spot myself throughout my entire time in the Thunderdome. I do like screen record it so I can look back real close right away to find myself. And as it turned out, I was like way far on the left side, like second to the top row, basically, or maybe not that far up, but I was the second to the last screen on the left on one of the rows. And the only time that I got a screenshot of myself, I probably appeared a few times with that left-facing camera angle, but it's very far away, very tiny screen. But I did get a screenshot during Randy's entrance, where you can see my screen. I could only tell it was my screen because of the actions it's taken. Otherwise, they say, "Oh, it could be anybody really in front of a gray curtain." But then I did the exact same actions with the expected delay. But anyway, Randy versus Bray. I really like this match, especially the end. The lights went out, started to go out for the appearance of the Fiend, and as the lights went out, Randy hit the RKO on Bray. I'm like, oh, that's genius. Yeah, take him out before the Fiend can come. But he wakes up, he doesn't wake up. Randy didn't go to sleep. But the lights come on, the red lights come on, and there in his grasp, having taken the RKO, is the Fiend. And the Fiend hits him with the mandible claw, and that ends the night. It was super cool. They cut from the live action into and merged it with the already filmed with the Fiend and everything, and that was a really cool way to do it. I do want to comment on a couple of comments I saw on Reddit, and they're like, "Oh, I hope that they realize they can do this cool stuff." It's like they just did. Obviously, they realize, and they've been doing this kind of stuff since March. It's not like have you even been watching? I assume that the people who make comments like that, this was like the first clip that they've seen of like the entire year or something like that. They don't actually watch the show. It's like, yeah, they've been doing stuff like this. It is awesome, absolutely, but it's not like a sudden revelation. They've been doing, especially with the Fiend. It's frustrating to read comments like that. So I think in general I just need to avoid. I should just delete Reddit from the internet, from my internet, from like block the site, like just make it so my computer and my phone, none of those can even go to the website. Then I won't even be tempted to look. But anyway, I did enjoy this episode a lot. I have not watched Raw. No, did I watch Raw Talk? No, I have not watched Raw Talk yet. I talked about Talking Smack in last week's Raw Talk, um, but I have not watched this week's yet. I think Raw Talk is the more fun of the two now because I was talking about how SmackDown or Talking Smack is not as fun anymore because it's like Paul Heyman is just very mean and it is not as lighthearted as it was even with Sammy as a host. I do like that Sammy makes an appearance in every episode, even if it's just for a quick second. So I do like that much about it. But anyway, yeah, that's it for Raw. Let me know what you thought about this episode by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to so overall, I'd say like a 7. I guess this episode is 7. All the actual wrestling is great, and I didn't take very many notes on any backstage stuff. You know what? All the wrestling was pretty great. What am I talking about? Look at this list of matches. I'd say the only thing I didn't really enjoy, but we'll see where it's going, is Ali being so mad at Reckoning. And also there is a lack of Keith Lee. I think we did see him at least momentarily at some point. I think it was like a backstage segment or two, or one. I don't know. But we didn't see him in action. Who else did we not see in action? We didn't see Peyton. We didn't see Lacey Evans. So we did get Dana and Reckoning in there with with their match, but yeah, I guess there are a lot of people that didn't show up on this night. Well, Hurt Business were very well represented throughout the night. They had three separate matches for the Hurt Business. MVP didn't have a match. I should have fought somebody. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, 7 out of 10. I give it. I don't rank these shows, but today for some reason I'd say, yeah. Let me know what you thought by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com. For more reviews, if you enjoyed this or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe, healthy, and happy out there in all the infinite multiverses. And I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcasts. Bye.